All right. I don't want to waste too much time because I have to work tomorrow. Ray, do you need anything from me? Are you good? You got the notes? Do you have the winners of our Super Bowl picks?
It's not finalized. And some of them actually were hard to track down, so we might have to just skip it until next week. We got a few of them, but not all of them.
Jesus.
I know.
Christ.
That's because they ended up being, some of them were harder to track down because they were pretty proppy.
Yeah. You've just been working. You're working instead of doing stuff I need you to do.
Yeah.
It's good. I know how this is going to go tonight.
Yeah.
Ray,
pretty much.
Ray, before we stop being friends on Sunday, because this is it. This is going to be it for our friendship. I appreciate your friendship. And thank you, and I apologize in advance. And I appreciate all the time we spent together for however many weeks this was.
Yeah, I appreciate
it. You guys ready?
It's been a good run, and it was nice knowing you. We've got a lot of episodes under our belt. What was this? 49, 40, 48, something like that. I mean, that's
something like that.
Pretty good.
I wish we had made it to number 100, but
there's always next life.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's been a good run. I got a couple solo shows coming up. Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 93 of the Rich Dickman Show, the podcast that is slightly better than mediocre. I am your host. I am Rem. Back at you once again on this magical, mystical journey we take every single week. We talk nonsense. So I told the guys last night in Thought Cops, we have a nonsense podcast. We talk nonsense. I'm talking nonsense with my buddy. He won't be my buddy after tonight. Sorry. But it's Ray. Ray, what's up, Al?
Hey, if we keep lowering the camera for this, so it's aiming more at my super short skirt up so you can see my crotch and my butt, then we'll get a lot of play from that, and we could maybe still be friends.
I do like butts.
Who doesn't like butts?
Yeah.
So,
who's this guy? I didn't even introduce him.
Yeah, what the fuck,
and
dude?
He's jumping in here. My God. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a very special guest with us for a little bit. It is Heart of Tanks.
What up, boys?
And I told Tanks that he could come. He asked me. He says, "Hey, Rem, how do I come on your show?" And I said, "Well, there's two ways, Tanks. There's number one, you have a podcast to promote. Number two, you join our big tier in the Patreon." Mm-hmm. And so Tanks had a podcast to promote. So on he is. Hey, Tanks, what's up, pal?
Oh, nothing much, dude. Plus, I don't want to go to Jewish hell for spending $10 on a Patreon, so this is the best way to do it.
Jewish hell, my God. We don't talk about things like that here. It's ridiculous. Okay. We'll get to the fun stuff in real quick. Let me do some business here real quick. All right. It's richdickman.com for all your Rich Dickman needs. Click the merch tab. Get yourself a shirt. That Eat the Rich shirt. Supplies unlimited. Get them now. There's a debate. There's like the 27th debate of the Democratic primaries going on tonight, Ray. And what better place to wear your Eat the Rich shirt than there? Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
No better. No better at all.
Yeah. You got a thought? You got something you want to say? 860-316-4776. That's the Dickman line. Give us a call if you're listening to the show and something we said pisses you off. Call us. Let us know. That's fun. Voicemails are fun. You can email us, richdickmanshow@gmail.com and at Rich Dickman Show on Twitter. Okay, so real quick, before we get going here, gentlemen, I do want to give a shout-out to my friends over at the Thought Cops. I was on the Thought Cops. I recorded with them last night. That episode should be out on Tuesday, I believe. Check it out. It was a lot of fun. I'm talking with Grant and Kevin. They're out in Chicago. I told them about my weird connection to Chicago. That I was childhood friends with the spokesman for the Chicago Police Department, which is really weird because I follow him on Twitter and he's doing all this like not weird, but like official tweeting about criminals and criminal activity and all that stuff. And it's like, oh man, I knew this guy. We used to play games and go swimming and do all that stuff. Yeah. But check it out, Thought Cops. It's coming out Tuesday. By the end of this episode, I will know what episode number it was. Hey, Randy, do me a favor. Look up and see what episode number of Thought Cops I'm going to be, because I don't have it off the top of my head. Thanks, buddy. He's my advocate, by the way. All right.
That's enough. It has to be 150 something. I think in the late 150s, I think. I might be wrong about that.
It's 152 or 153, and it should say case file with Rem Dickman, so that'll be fine. All right. Ray, you probably have a ton of stuff you want to talk about. I've got a lot to get to this week, but we're here. We're going to talk to Buddy Tanks. All right. Tanks,
What's up?
What's going on, man? Tell me about you and your upcoming podcast with Isaac. Isaac's he's a fan favorite on our show here, so I'm sure there's a bunch of us looking forward.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it as well. Not gonna lie. The thing about Isaac is he's kind of like those wind-up toys you got at McDonald's, where you just wind him up, and just let him go. Just let him say what Isaac wants to say, and just let him go because he makes gold, pretty much.
Right. You just have to keep him. You have to point him in the right direction, and keep him on the path.
Here's the issue with Isaac, though, because when you wind him up and let him go, it's hard to kind of bring it back on topic. Because I would talk about this thing that's on topic, then he will just go way out there, and I'm like, "Come back here!" I feel like I'm wrangling.
Well, you know what? Yeah, Tanks. Maybe you should just ease up on the news a little bit.
That is true.
That is.
Oh, jeez.
Ease up on.
Oh God!
Ease up on the leash. Oh fuck,
dude! I'm gonna get canceled. My podcast hasn't even started yet. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
So what is?
We'll
what is
add
the
a record
podcast
scratch
about?
What's up?
What's the podcast going to be about?
Oh, it's the show is going to be called Big Deck Energy. It's basically a Magic the Gathering podcast, but we're not going to be just about 100% about the game, but just the community surrounding it, because I think it's a very interesting thing to talk about. Also, just some cards, but talking about it in a general sense, just so people do people living their lives won't have to stop what they're doing, look up on their phone what the fuck does this card do, and just have a good time with it. Because every single match. You go ahead.
No, you finish. I'm just interrupting you because I can't help myself.
Because every single I listen to almost every MTG podcast that's relevant to Commander, and every single one of them focuses too much about playing better, playing the best cards, best synergies, and I'm like, does anything else matter rather than just being the best? Really? No. That's that's fair. That's where Isaac comes in. I'm on the entire. So we're concepting. We're in the creative process of starting the show, but pretty much Isaac is the tryhard and I'm the casual guy, and so we are pretty much polar opposites of the traditional Magic player.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I appreciate the joke on the Big Deck Energy. Famously, Ray would remember this. You probably wouldn't, Tanks, because I don't know that you listen to Liquorfield. Yeah, is that the Fit? God rest his soul, and I had a Big Deck joke when we redid my big deck at my old house. We were working on my deck all weekend and making it nice and presentable. Anyways,
was it clean Was it clean?
Randy, it was clean. We had to clean my deck.
Hell yeah,
constantly. Yeah. Randy says you should give advice to community members. Ray, I think that's a great idea. I think Tanks and Isaac should give advice to the Magic the Gathering community.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely. Especially how to shower.
Well, and stuff like how to pick up chicks at a meetup, things like that.
We'll need Dick Masterson for that. Or a few other guys.
No.
The thing is, though, I'm
I don't know
a lot farther ahead of the curve
compared to advice.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
Work well for you. Sorry, I don't know that Dick's advice would work well for the average Magic player.
That is true, because a lot of us are pretty awkward around other people or new people. But I have to say, the stereotype of the traditional Magic player is a little bit overdone. However, some Magic players don't know how to fucking shower. I swear to God.
Yes, see. Stereotypes are there for a reason. Okay?
I was in a draft, right? And I'm sitting next to this guy who smelled like Taco Bell garbage. And I'm thinking, dude, why are you sitting here? Go home, take a shower, then come back. I'll save your spot. Please.
You know what?
Do it for the rest of us.
It's called competitive edge. He got in your head. I bet you that guy beat you. Right?
No, he didn't.
He beat you? Oh, well, maybe because he is actually a terrible person.
He scrubbed out round one.
Yeah, nice.
What I always found funny about because I used to be big in the World of Warcraft community, Tanks, and it always, the first time I saw it shocked me, and I didn't understand it for the first year or so, but then I got it. Is that when BlizzCon would come around, you'd have all the community members reminding everybody else to shower and take care of their personal hygiene and brush their teeth and do all sorts of things to make themselves presentable. And I'm thinking to myself, wait, these are grown ass fucking adults. They need to be reminded to shower. Like, what the hell is happening? Oh, I understand now. I get it.
Because taking 15 minutes to shower really cuts into their raid time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right, or something.
Leveling
Thanks.
that
Where are you? Are
eight
you
volt.
in Georgia?
Oh, I live in Ball Ground, which is north of it, which is far north of Atlanta.
Okay. All right. So you're on the same coast as me. That's nice. At least we have that in common.
Hell yeah.
Wait. And Isaac's down in Florida, right?
Yeah, pretty much. We're relatively close to each other. He lives like in Jacksonville, and I live in Ball Ground, so we're relatively close to each other.
Was that like 7-hour drive?
Oh yeah, probably eight or 9. But yeah, we're a lot more closer
look at
than
me, Ray.
lot more closer than if I want to make a drive all the way to Arizona and hang with the Not for Human Consumption boys. But yeah, I'll take it.
Do you want to though? Like, do you want to hang with them?
That is, I mean, that's I kind of, but also I kind of want to, but also don't. It's like a.
Yeah.
It's like competing feelings of excitement and dread.
Because I feel like you get into into all that, right? You're all excited to meet everybody, and they're cool at first, right? But then the weed comes out, and then the booze starts hitting, and then they just become not as cool as you might have thought they would have been. Because you know what happens, right?
Oh yeah,
Don't meet your heroes.
I've been in their live chats for a while, and it gets crazy, especially during like the times where they take a break. That's when shit gets crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like some guy posted introduced this thing called sounding. I highly recommend none of you guys look it up.
Oh God.
Oh, you don't. Rem, do not look it up. I deeply regret it. Like even looking that up.
I know what it is. Yeah, don't worry. I'm not looking it up.
I have learned a lot of I have learned a lot of awful things thanks to Not for Human Consumption, and I deeply regret it.
Yeah. All right. Tanks, what possessed you to want to start a podcast? I'm curious, like these days. So before you answer, I wanted to start a podcast back in 2012 because I thought I was better than the people I was listening to. That's me.
It's always like that alpha chat thing, right? It's like, these guys suck. I could do better. Then you do it, and you're like, shit. I'm trash.
Well, it wasn't so much these guys suck, I can do better. It's more like, wow, this is acceptable content. People listen to this. This is easy. This won't be a problem. So, the slightly better than mediocre tagline. That's where that comes in from. So, what possessed you to start?
It's like the whole like 2020 thing where it's like new year, new me. I want to do something different, and plus I've been meaning to do a podcast for a while. Also, specifically MTG related. The issue was either people who wanted to record with me flaked out on me, or what we didn't really mesh well personality-wise, because I would kind of make a joke that is relatively offensive, and the guy I was recording with got offended by that, and I'm thinking,
God.
this isn't going to work, right? And if,
No.
and I'm like, you do your thing, I'll do my thing, you know what I mean? We'll just be happy at a distance, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, that's you got to work with somebody who understands you and lets you be yourself.
Yep, and
it may take.
Oh, you got it. Sorry.
15 or 20 episodes.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's gonna take. It's gonna be a lot of work.
You might have issues on the podcast. You almost got edited out. Right from the beginning.
Not today,
jumping
Satan.
in a little too quick. I mean, you gotta just when you're guesting, you gotta stay on your tippy toes.
You can never expect expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
It's like Big
Power
Brother,
trip.
minus the backstabbing and the expected bang that happens off screen.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, ultimately, you can't please everyone. Do what you do. You know what I mean? And then hopefully you end up finding a good podcast buddy. Like Isaac, he's definitely a good guy. And if you mesh, awesome. If not,
If it
at least
doesn't
you have
work
some
out,
good times.
Now, here's the thing about that, right? Best case scenario with me and Isaac, we both make a kick-ass podcast that everyone enjoys, and that's great, right? Worst case scenario, and if we go our separate ways, hey, we both there's 2 cool podcasts with 2 cool people, so it's a win-win either way.
Yeah. Well, so okay, since you guys are starting up here, what do you guys have any goals that you've set, or are you guys just hitting the ground running and seeing where it goes?
I feel like I need a goal to do anything, because whenever I did not have a goal, I would just lose and flake out. But like, I think my goal is to get to the point where I go to my local game store, or I go to a convention, and someone says, "Oh my god, it's hard to take from a Big Dick Energy." Like, sweet. I just want to get to that level.
Yeah. Right. I hear you, man. I just want to see one of my T-shirts out there in the wild.
That would be amazing.
I got some ideas, but that's for the future. So that's for future stuff.
Well,
I was always got to jump first.
I was always told aim higher. It's no harder on the gun. So I would recommend aim real high, like hookers, blow, maybe like monkey knife fights. I mean, you got to really get up there. But in the meantime, like the little stepping stone is like hooking up with the Magic the Gathering chicks at the meetups. There you go.
So contrary to popular belief, like there are not a lot of women that play the game. There's compared to other games though.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, compared to other games, there are a lot more women that play Magic than let's say Call of Duty. But they're not a lot, because go to like almost every local game store, not a lot of women show up. I would like for them to show up, but it doesn't happen.
You know what, Tanks? You're basically committing a hate crime right now, so I'm going to stop you.
You're like, hey, I'm going to start a podcast about these guys, but they suck. Like all these people, they don't know how to shower. There's no women. Like, you're going to start a trash talking Magic the Gathering podcast?
I think like most Magic guys can take a joke, because like I said before, there's only one guy in my whole entire local game store who doesn't shower. And the people that go to a local game store are, like, let's say, I think 75 to 125 people, right? That's like one person, right? And so that 124 people would just laugh and be like, yeah, we really need a shower. And so hopefully those guys will listen to the show as well.
Tanks, I'm going to reel you back in here. Like, you need to learn how to do with Isaac. Number one is you're not asking me for any advice, but I'm going to give you one. One very important piece of advice. This is that you need to have passion for what you do. Don't worry about how many people are listening and what you're doing. You have to enjoy what you're doing, and you have to be passionate about it. The rest will follow suit. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
So I also said a condition of you calling in was to bring something, bring a bit or whatever, bring something to the show. Did you bring anything? Do you have anything for us?
Oh shit! Did you even send that to me on the thing?
Yeah, I did.
You didn't
on our letterhead with the pre-show itinerary. We can send those out.
I'm reading it on it. Let's see here. I'll just show you right now.
We faxed it. We emailed it. We sent it through courier pigeon. Everything. I mean, what? Jesus Christ! What more do we have to do?
Well, I think what happened was like I'm living in the middle of nowhere, so some guy with a shotgun probably shot it down and took the message.
That's why we had the redundancies.
That is true. 15 carrier pigeons. Yeah. I'm going to make sure this message gets to Tiggs as soon as humanly possible. Damn it.
Yeah. All right. Well, so let's flip this one around.
I got
so Randy has a good idea.
But you got
you do. What is it?
Like fake or real? Nah. Do it. Yeah. Rem could do it. Rem could do his bit. Well, I make one on the spot. I got it.
All right. This is good practice. I mean, if you're ready to go. I'd rather you did it.
This will take a good 5 minutes.
Okay. Wait, what's going to take? You getting ready?
Oh, no. As in, like, you guys will distracted for 5 minutes, and I'll be like, hey, I got this shit. After ready.
Okay.
Or do you just want a 5-minute pause, and then I'll just edit it out? Just kidding. I'm not doing that much work. Use your thinking cap.
I'm not waiting 5 minutes either. We can talk about how much money that Rich Dickman owes me.
Okay, yeah.
While Tanks is getting his stuff together.
I got an idea. How about I will look up a Magic card, and you guys, and I will make one up on the spot, and you guys will find out, and you guys will see which one is real, which one is fake.
So you're just doing one, and we're guessing real or fake, or there's two, and we have to guess which one.
Oh, one is fake and one is real.
So there's two cards that we guess from.
You're assuming we know anything about Magic.
Yeah, that's what makes the game fun, right? It's like you kind of have to use like deductive reasoning. Like, is this card real? Is this card fake? Is this card could potentially be like some random bullshit card?
I'm ready for this. Now, I don't want to brag too much, but my deductive reasoning skills, like, I got at least like a C+ in that class. So I'm so ready for this. Bring it on.
All right. If you're ready to go, we're ready to go.
Alrighty. Here we go. We have City of Sass. City of Sass. Okay, wait. We have two cards.
That's a fake card.
Yeah. Or City of Ass.
They're both fake cards.
Now, one of these cards are real. I have it. I can send you the image of the real card when this bid is over. I'm dead serious. This is a real card. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. So we have City of Sass and City of Ass. Do we get any more descriptors? Which one?
Are there like
okay?
What? Yeah. How's this work? Are there like attack points or something like that on these cards? Like I know nothing about it. Yeah.
So pretty much how Magic works is that you'll have like a certain amount of resource. You have like a cost to cast your spells, right? And in the City of Sass or Ass, you can pretty much cast a spell with any color mana, pretty much. It's on City of Sass or on City of Ass, it says add 1.5 mana of any one color to your mana pool. So pretty much it's 1.5 mana, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So which one do you think is real? It's pretty much a crapshoot. I'm well aware of that.
Yeah. So the fake one is City of Ass. So City of Sass is real.
Right? What do you think is real?
I was going to agree with that. I was going to same thing.
Oh, well, both of you guys are wrong.
Oh.
City of Ass is real.
City of Ass is real?
Yeah, I'm going to send that to you right now.
So what is this game? Are these people like high and they're just making up cards, or they just have typos and they don't realize it and they don't proofread their shit?
So this is actually an unsaid card. The Magic the Gathering, they do this from time to time where they will release a card. They will release like a set of cards that are just random silliness, and they just release it for no reason. I'm going to post it in the general chat right now.
That's like when Blizzard used to be cool.
Yeah, that can be fun. It's nice when companies have a little personality. That's always a good time.
City of Ass.
Yep.
Let me open that too.
City of Ass comes into play tapped. Add 1.5 mana of any one color to your mana pool. City of Ass comes into play tapped. Tap that City of Ass.
And at the end it says
so here's
dot.
So here's the funny thing about though. Whenever you untap it, you untap that ass.
Untap that ass. All right, fantastic.
If we could just
thanks. When can we look forward to the first episode of your podcast?
Whenever
I know you got a lot of things going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, we're still hard at work at episode 1. Pretty much like Isaac and I, what we're doing is we're just burning a bunch of test episodes out because we need to make our episode 1 at least good before I release it, and every single one has been hot garbage.
Well, you know, your problem is here's some professional advice. Your problem is you're being too critical of yourself. Just record something and put it out there. That's it. Yeah. You just got to record it and put it out there. Everyone says you got to do a couple practice episodes. No, fuck that. You don't have to do practice episodes. I've never done a practice episode in my life. I did a practice 15 minutes with Jules on Torn Think Tank. All right. And then when I released that for episode 50, she got mad at me. But, you just gotta go for it, dude. Because if you can sit there and you will nitpick at everything you do for the rest of your life and try to get it, you can't do that. You can't even live your life that way, man. It's horrible. You just have to sit down with Isaac and then say, hit this format a show, start at the beginning, go to the bottom, and even if it's just Isaac talking a bunch of shit about Jacksonville for 45 minutes, just go with it and just put it out there. You know, just create that thing, put it out there, and as you go. As you do more episodes, you'll just get better and better. You'll find your rhythm. You guys will learn how to talk to each other, how to podcast with each other, and boom, magic happens. So,
literally.
Just release it, man. Yeah, just release it.
Yeah, I'll definitely tell Isaac when this episode is released, and also after you hear me ramble and stumble the entire time, I'll be a lot better.
Well, I got 2 parting pieces of advice. One is basically tagging on to what Rem was saying is, just do it. If you're going to do some sort of practice run, all you need is like he was saying, a couple minutes, and just so you figure out the editing and work out those tweaks ahead of time so you don't mess up a whole episode. And then the second part is Magic the Gathering and World of Warcraft are obviously very similar in the nerd genre, if you will. And because Rem was a very popular World of Warcraft podcaster back in the day, if you want any advice on how to get with those chicks, because that's literally the only reason any of us do podcasting.
That is
just
true.
Hit him up on side. He ran through every single lady in the World of Warcraft podcasting community.
Yeah,
just ran a one-man train
raid
on
teams.
those.
Yeah, just one after the next. Yeah. So if you want any advice, definitely just send him a little private message, and I'm sure absolutely he's got some expert tips for you.
Yeah, I appreciate.
I used to do an advice podcast. Tanks, I'm looking forward to what you and Isaac come up with, because I'm a big fan of Isaac. I'm a big fan of yours, man.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate anybody who's willing to take a shot and be like, hey, man, when am I going to be on your show?
Yeah.
It's like, goddamn, all right, bro, let's do this shit.
Yeah.
And, and one of the things I believe in is if I don't do anything now, that I will. Let me say that again. I big believer, and if I don't do anything now, then I never will do it at all. So
Right, exactly.
So I'm like, just like when
Life's
Arnold
too
yells,
short.
"Do it now!"
Crazy.
That's my inner
Get to
monologue.
the chopper.
It's not the tumor. Ah.
Do you have anything that you can plug right now where we can stay abreast of the situation?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Big Deck Energy on Twitter. On Big Deck Energy on Twitter and Heart of Tanks on Twitter. Also, follow my man N-Word Jackson on Twitter. And finally, the incredibly talented Berries and Cream did our logo. And she is working on that as we speak, and she is awesome. And you should follow her as well.
Oh yeah.
You should also have her on the show as well.
Tell Barry I said what's up.
Oh yeah.
Tell her I said what's up.
Yeah, she has a voice
Again.
Her voice. Okay, pretty much when she opens her mouth, it's like the audio equivalent of the Aw subreddit.
Oh really? So would she even want to come on this show? I don't even know if she listens. Barry's, if you're listening, what's up, girl? You want to come on the show? Let me know. Just you know how to reach me. Boom.
She's got a nice artistic style.
Yeah, Barry.
Thanks. If you ever need a guest on your show, Ray will be happy to join you as much as you need him.
Oh yeah, I love guesting on shows. I've done it so many times. I'm like, it's like second nature. Yeah.
All right, that'd be a lot of fun. I think there's an idea that I think I love a lot, where both Isaac and myself will build a deck themed around a guest, and the guest will pick the winner.
Ooh,
like on that same episode.
That's great.
That's fun. Yeah.
Like I
like that.
Like on the very incredibly low chance that Dick Masterson ever comes on our show, we'll probably that'll be the day where we'll just go like just full autism on building these decks.
Nice.
That'll be episode 108, man.
Definitely.
I'm almost there.
108.
I like Dick.
Sweet.
I'm a big fan of Dick, but Dick interrupts too much. Like I can't stand it when he has a guest on. My dude, him and Sean are just talking over everybody. It's like, oh God, shut up.
They're testing your Chad-like qualities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay.
And yeah,
it's all part of the plan.
Dick is a cool guy. I actually have the only ever signed Magic card from Dick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that and him and Asterios, which is the only time they'll ever be in the same room together.
Well, Asterios can kiss my ass. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But all right.
I get it.
Tanks, I appreciate you coming on. You did great, buddy. I'm really looking forward to what you and Isaac put out into the world. And like I said, man, just do it. Just put it out there. Whatever it is, just put it out, and you'll get better as you go. So
your advice.
Good luck,
wait. So your
everybody.
advice is one more thing.
Yeah.
What you're saying is that your advice is to go raw.
Yeah, swing your deck out.
Hell yeah.
That's it. Just walk around, swing your deck around, and let everybody see it.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't like it, tough. That's their problem. It's 2020. Everybody has to accept you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
No matter what. Yep.
Anywho,
unless you're a hateful bigot.
Anywho, I guess that's it for me, guys. Hope you guys have a good show.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. It's good chatting with you.
Thanks, buddy. You did great. All right, Ray, that was fun. Thank you for letting Tanks come on. I know you had some severe objections to that. No, just kidding. I'm always about helping out, and I figure my role in life these days is to pay it forward with advice or promotion, and I will do what I can. Okay, Ray. Mm-hmm. What's going on, buddy? How are you?
So we did the Super Bowl, but before we get into that, I would like to talk about when do I get to have a midlife crisis? This is one of those
How old
things
are you?
that
34?
just turned 35. So
okay,
basically
so
what I'm
yet.
getting at is, but like, what's the criteria? You know what I mean? Like,
okay,
this is right. Okay, well, if you got some advice now, let's go down that path.
Yeah, because you may have had a bit planned here, and I'm just going to shit all over it. You can't have your midlife crisis until your kids are ready to leave the house. That's the criteria. All right. So, when Stella is 18 and off to college and Oliver is like 19, well, no, he'll be younger. When Oliver, you know what I'm saying is when your kids are leaving the house and you and your wife are looking at each other like, what do we do next? Mm-hmm. That's when you hit your midlife crisis. Yeah. So at 34 or 35, whatever the hell you are, man, you're still young. You're still a young man. Your back doesn't hurt yet. A couple more years for that. You're too busy with your kids. You're too busy raising your kids and providing a life for them. So there's no midlife crisis yet, brother. No midlife crisis yet.
But it could be. That's what I'm saying. Like, I could be tired of, just going to work every day, doing everything, taking care of the kids. Like, who wants to take care of kids all the time? I mean, it's fun to play with them when on my terms, but when they're like, daddy, 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 let's play. I mean, come on. At some point, it's sucks, like, hey, leave me alone, you little pipsqueak. Like, get out of here. Go back on your... Why do you think I bought you a $800 iPhone? Go play on it.
Yeah. All right, so what's going on that's making you think that you need a midlife crisis? Like, what's happening? Let's get into the deeper issue here.
Well, the reality is I'm just looking for an excuse to buy a car. That's actually it. So I'm trying to find actual excuses to say that I'm having a midlife crisis so I can just buy a more luxurious luxury car. That's all I'm trying to do.
Right.
That's literally it.
Right.
But in order to do that, aren't you supposed to have the midlife crisis? And does that mean I need to maybe go out and bang a hot, young college girl first, and then it's like, well, I'm already that's step one, step two, buy the luxury vehicle.
Right. First of all, okay, all right. So you want to go down this path? We'll fucking do this, okay? You son of a bitch. All right. Number one, first step into having a midlife crisis. And now that you have a successful podcast,
yeah.
All right. Find yourself a 21-year-old groupie.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, and start becoming very inappropriate with her on her terms. Okay, and then that will then lead to other things, whereas you start questioning everything in your life, and you actually have a legitimate midlife crisis. And even though you're still young, you will start questioning everybody around you and why they treat you the way they do. And you realize, wait a second, I'm questioning the wrong things. This 21-year-old chick is actually super crazy, and this is the biggest mistake in my life. Then from there, you can try to repair everything you've ruined. And by that, you may go and buy yourself a car, because you're in a full apologetic repentance mode. And you're buying a car not just for you now, but for your wife and your kids. I don't know what kind of car you want to get. I hope it's not a convertible, because convertibles are not practical, Ray. You're going to have to get yourself a minivan, all right? That luxury car will have to wait to your actual midlife crisis after you've fucked up your life and then repaired it and then threatened to fuck it all up again, but caught yourself before you did it again, all right? So, yeah, if you really want to experience an early midlife crisis, you're gonna have to get out there and swing your dick around a little bit.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? Is like midlife crisis, if you're going to get technical, would be the middle point, so halfway through your life. So that would mean I'm only going to live to 70. Now, obviously, I don't want to only live to 70. I'd like to live longer. On the other hand, I mean, I don't want to just call it quits at 70. I would like to live a long life. It's that whole, so I might as well do the midlife crisis while I'm young and can totally enjoy it, whether that's driving across the country and, doing answering all the DMs, all those ladies that love to slide into the DMs and just doing a tour across the country in my new vehicle and just banging the shit out of all of them, just 20,000 miles just zigzagging across the states.
Yeah, that's what you're going to do. And you know what? And I'm not speaking. This may sound like I'm speaking. This is completely hypothetical. I know what you want to hear from me, and I'm telling you what you want to hear. Yeah, exactly. You want to go out and bang that 21-year-old. You know what, Ray? Who am I to tell you not to? Right? I'm nobody. I'm just some jackass you've never met. You're my buddy. We've never spoken on the phone. We speak on a podcast, and we text each other, and that's it. So who am I? You go do what you want. Go do what makes you happy. Just be prepared to have to fix it all when you're done.
I heard on the radio today, I was driving to a meeting this morning, and they were talking about like worst scenario or worst divorces. And situations these people have gotten into. And they were talking about this guy in Canada that sold all of his assets, burned over $1 million, and basically...
Wow.
in cash. And they were like, well, that was pretty fucking stupid, because like he's still on the hook for it. He still has to pay his wife the money, like the half. He destroyed... Yeah. So now, not only does he have to come up with that other half again, but he has no money to do it with. And all. It was just one of those like... You're a goddamn moron. Like, why would you do that? I get it. You don't want to give money to your soon-to-be ex, but, oh, man. Oh, good times with
listen, what do you have, 3 kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have 3 kids.
Correct,
all right. That's expensive, Ray. So if you're going to do anything, you need to do it on the down low and get it out of your system, buddy. Yeah. So I would advise finding a different sort of happiness. Maybe you don't get the new car, Ray. I don't know. What kind of car are you looking at? Like, what are you trying to get?
Honestly, it'd be really nice to get like a... Well, shoot, there's so many nice cars out there. That's one of those things. I mean, there's like nice Maseratis, like an Aston Martin. Not that I could even get close to affording one, but I mean,
Ray,
you could at least...
family man, dude.
Yeah, so it's not going to be practical, right? So...
All right. Let me give you a real life example, okay? From my parents, all right? My parents were working class people. My father built chimneys and fireplaces and did all sorts of masonry work and then went to work in a factory. My mother was a nurse, all right? And we struggled every day of my life up until I moved out of the house, all right? They were almost paycheck to paycheck, trying to get me through school. I went through a private high school, Catholic high school, so we had to pay for that. I got suspended my senior year, because the check bounced. Okay. I mean, that's where we're at. It's like, we didn't have much money at all. Okay. But my parents made it work. They kept it together, even though they probably should have been divorced 3 times because they did not get along much when I was in my formative years. But they stuck together for me. And they made it work for me. And as soon as I moved out of the house, they started to get their shit together. And all of a sudden, my dad's buying all sorts of nice new cars for himself. And they got a brand new house for the 2 of them. And they have all the shit in the world. They've got all this money saved up in the bank now because they got smart. Once I get out of the house, they got smart and they started enjoying life, but being very responsible and saving for it. My dad's been to Italy every single year since 2011. I had lunch with my mom today, Ray, and she said, I was talking with your father. You know what he said to me? I said, no, I don't know what he said to you, Mom. I don't live with you guys. I have no idea what the fuck you talked about.
Yeah.
And she said he estimates he spent almost $100,000 traveling to Italy since 2011. I'm like, holy fuck. Wow. Holy shit. Like, I couldn't even get a pair of Shaquille O'Neal goddamn Reebok sneakers. But now he's spending $100,000 on 10 trips to Italy. That's fucking crazy. So what I'm saying is, Ray, you got to get that thought out of your head, man. You got to get that thought out of your head. All right. You're a young man. You've got a beautiful family, a gorgeous wife, beautiful kids, and you need to take care of them. That car that you want, that can wait. That can wait another 10 years. Because guess what, Ray? Guess what? It'll be a better car. It's going to be a better car in 10 years. One that drives itself. One that you can mix a cocktail in, lay back and relax, and not have to worry about a thing. So just gotta be patient.
It's so funny. I know it was a long time ago. Probably like a year ago, you were mentioning your wife was listening to the Dave Ramsey podcast, and I think that's like literally what he says is like, save now so you have more later. Like, does she like making you listen to that, or maybe like she plays it at night after you go to sleep, and you unconsciously you're listening to it, and now you're.
I never listened to any of it. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's hilarious. And the other thing that's funny is because you're like, yeah, basically at the kids in your house, it's like you're saying, it's like kids make you dumb, which is kind of, in a way, is true because you focus all your attention on kids, right? Like you literally, every waking moment is how do I take care of this little snot-nosed weasel who's running around terrorizing, breaking stuff, leaving messes everywhere. It's like, I told you not to jump off the table and do a people's elbow on your sister. And of course, you like that? You didn't like that WWE reference? Oh, WWF reference?
No, I love it. It's great. No, I appreciate it.
But you know,
I didn't want to interrupt your flow.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so
I
agree.
Into a flow.
Randy thought it was a good attempt.
And you get interrupted.
Tried. But anyway, so yeah, we get him out of the house, and I like the advice. I like the advice. I think it'll work.
Are you feel better now? You glad that you talked to me about it?
Yeah, I mean, there's still all that line of prostitutes outside.
I'm at a weird point in my life, Ray, where I am older than the people that are around me, and I'm not used to that. I've always been the younger one. Okay, it's like we have these podcasts and we have guests on, and all these kids are all younger than me, except the NFHC guys. They're all old as fuck, except Dylan. He's like 20, but everybody's younger than me. And I'm in a position to give advice. At my job, I have these young men coming to me because they feel they can trust me and talk to me about things. So they're going through stuff in their real lives and they're talking to me about it. Like all of a sudden, like I'm a mentor. And this one guy, he's actually going through a lot of shit. And, he pulled me into my office. He's like, hey, can I talk to you? And I'm like, yeah, man. And so he goes with he's going, telling me his story. And I'm telling him, hey, man, you know what? It gets better, right? We deal with the tough times. They make us stronger for later. And you got to stay positive and you got to keep going, one foot in front of the other. Mm-hmm. And then he says to me, Ray, he says, oh man, can I have a hug? And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, you can have a hug. And I gave the guy a hug and he felt better. So
oh, that's sweet. That is nice.
Yeah. So it's funny how it happened because I've always felt like that oh boy, how do you word this one? I don't know how. So let me try to give you an example. Okay. So when we do, like school events, right, where I'm around other parents, even though I'm the same age, possibly older than some of them, I always feel younger. And I don't know what that goes back to, but I always feel younger than the people around me because I feel like I'm not at that age yet. Right. But then I realize, well, dude, you're fucking 39 years old. You've got, what is it? 19 years of adult life in your back pocket that you've had experience with, the things that I've been through, that I've experienced, my mistakes, my successes, and all that stuff. And it's all that I can pull from that and hopefully provide some advice to somebody who's experiencing it now.
It's that we've finally turned that corner from being the ones seeking or receiving the wisdom and knowledge of those that have been there and done that. And all of a sudden, because I'm experiencing this like at work, where the people that are in my office that I've hired, they're fresh out of college. I literally have 3 of them that are all within like 2 to 3 years out of college. And I make like a Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby comment, and they're like, what are you talking about? Or I was talking about Top Gun, and they're like, what are you talking about? Yeah. And I'm like, right. I what am I supposed to do right now? Who are these people?
You have to adapt.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. But they
you
also
have to adapt to the people around you, man.
But just in general. But then they give you that look, like, "Hey, you just see it in their eyes." They're saying, "Can you give me a piece of advice here?" And I go, "Yeah, wait, hold on." I felt like I'm still learning stuff. I don't know everything, but I mean, I can tell you what I know. But it's that turning that corner that it's unexpected. And I think that's where the seed came from. I'm feeling older because all of a sudden I'm not that much older. I'm not old, but the people around me, I'm on the older side of the spectrum, if you will, or at least in the people.
And I don't mean to drag this out because we try to do a comedy podcast here, but I think some of the appeal of it is that you and I are like real people and we have real experiences. Oh shit! I just lost what I was going to say. Damn it! It was a very salient point too, and now I totally just fucked it up.
Well, all we gotta do.
There's a comedy for you, ladies and gentlemen.
The best part about working with the younger generation is they're still young and crazy, and will make terrible mistakes, so we can live vicariously through them. So we can because they're still asking for advice. Oh, give them some somewhat terrible advice and watch what happens. Watch it burn.
No, don't do that. That's bad.
I would
that's
never.
Being a shitty
I would
friend,
never.
Okay, so what I wanted to say is that when you start feeling like, well, goddamn, when am I going to be able to get that Jaguar I always wanted? You have to like turn that around into something else. You have to take that Jaguar, like, oh man, like my kid. How old are your kids? You got one that's 9, right?
Yeah, 6 and 9, and a few months.
Yeah, so like the 9-year-old's going to be turning 10 soon.
Yeah,
and like at 10, that's a big year where they start actually doing. Oh, it's a girl though, right? So
double digits.
There.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Ray. My 10-year-old girl doesn't really spend much time with me. My almost 12-year-old boy, we do lots of stuff. So I guess you got to wait for your boy to get older, Ray. Shit! When your boy's 10, you're going to be 45.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
You do have a real midlife crisis coming, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I might as well save it up for that and then blow my load all at once. Then it'll be a long time coming.
No more blowing your load because you'll just end up with more kids. All right, you just pull it out or
like can't even do it in the other room or my wife will get pregnant. Jeez.
Yeah, put on
insane.
A curtain or something. All right.
Okay.
Oh, that one! You got to edit that one out. that went down the wrong pipe.
Oh, we'll see.
Oh man, Christ, we're 50 minutes into a podcast already. I wasn't even expecting
we're
that.
Amazing at this. Right. We are so good at this.
Yeah, we really are.
It's all grade A content
I can
too.
Just talk to my buddy forever.
Mm-hmm.
All right, where do I want to go next? Do you have more you want to say on that?
No. Do you want to talk about the Super Bowl and the halftime show and things like that?
I do.
Let me just say real quick, the Super Bowl, because I am huge into sports, and I know there's a couple guys that like that last 6 or so minutes. The Chiefs, it's still surreal. I don't know, how do they even do that? It was one of those just unbelievable moments where there was no reason for them to be able to score 3 touchdowns in the last few minutes, and they just did and won. And then you kind of go, I guess that makes sense. They've done that in the past, but did they really do that against the Niners? But anyway, enough about the football. Is the halftime show? What were your initial, as you're watching it? What was running through your mind?
I talked about this on Thought Cops last night, and it's very interesting to me. So let me take a sip of water here, so I can say, in 2004, society was ruined forever. In 2004, when Justin Timberlake removed Janet Jackson's breast covering, revealing her breast to the world. You remember this?
Nope. Yeah, of course I do. Yeah.
You don't?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, the wardrobe malfunction.
Who doesn't?
Okay?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Stemming from that 2004 incident came the suspension of Howard Stern from terrestrial radio for one day. It became a whole bunch of people looking out at what you're watching on television and how we can clean up our act and all this other stuff. Which is everybody went crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And at that time. The Republicans were like, we have to monitor our media for our children, and we have to make sure that all this decency stays, all that, right? And the Democrats were like, hey, this is a free speech, free world. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. And turn off the channel, change the channel. It's on cable. Yeah. You don't have to pay for, and that's where we were at, right? And the Super Bowl halftime show became very stale. Became very bland. That's the same word. Yeah. And in media in general became kind of bland. It just everything just kind of switched, now, 16 years later, okay, we are at a point in our politics where it's the Democrats who are saying, nope, that speech is wrong. You can't say that. No, women should be admired for their accomplishments, not their bodies. You need to cover up, right? The Democrats are doing that, while the Republicans on the other side are saying, wait a second, we have free speech. You can say whatever the hell you want to say, and freedom of expression. It's weird, and I'm not saying that's kind of just a very general, very broad term. There are pockets of very conservative Republicans who are into that sort of thing. It's just weird how the parties have flipped in 16 years. Mm-hmm. Okay, that being said, the halftime show started, and I didn't watch much of the Super Bowl because I was busy making dinner and making food for my family. All right, but the halftime show came on, and I walked in the other room because I was curious. It was like, Shakira is doing a halftime show. I mean, Shakira hasn't been. I mean, she's fairly popular, but not like a super megastar outside of my realm of knowledge, right? And don't get me wrong, I know who Shakira is. I think Shakira has a phenomenal voice, and I think she's absolutely gorgeous, right? But she just hasn't been like a Lady Gaga type megastar or a J-Lo type megastar. And J-Lo, and at 50 years old, I was curious to see what J-Lo was going to do for halftime show, and then lo and behold, Shakira is up there in her little red dress. That's getting littler and littler, and she's wiggling around on the ground, and she's like moving her legs around, and you're looking right up that little skirt. It's like, oh my God, they're showing this on the Super Bowl. And I'm standing there and I'm watching this, and my daughter is there next to me, and she's standing there watching this as well. And now my daughter likes sparkly dresses and pretty things and everything. All right. But I'm thinking, oh my God, what do I say to my kids when they start asking me questions now? Not that I'm not enjoying this. I thought the halftime show was phenomenal. And as a matter of fact, I appreciate the sexiness of it because it's been too stale and too bland for too long. And the world needs people having a good time. We need people smiling and laughing and having fun, admiring beauty of all types. And we need more, I don't want to say sexual freedom because there's kids, but we need more. It needs to be okay for Shakira and J-Lo to get up there and shake their ass for us, right? That needs to be okay. At the same time, if you have a handsome gentleman who wants to shake his ass, that's fine too. We need more ass shaking is what I'm trying to say. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay. We've had like what, Coldplay and Bruno Mars and we had Katy Perry with the Dancing Sharks, and they've all been fine.
The Sharks are amazing. The Sharks are amazing.
But this came out of nowhere, and it was very football. Let's all right. We have stereotypes for a reason, right? Football is a very American, and it's a very white, and it's a very black sport, right? Mm-hmm. How many Hispanic players are there in the league? There's some, but the overwhelming majority would be African American and white. Correct, Ray? Because you watch a lot of football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we have a very Hispanic halftime show, which is great. I think the music's phenomenal. I love the dancing. I love the colors and the sparkles. It's awesome. And there, it's on full display. Part of the South American culture is shaking that ass. Just watch Carnival, okay?
Yeah.
There's a lot of shaking of the ass in Central and South America. And thank you. I thought it was great. I thought the halftime show was great. It was it was very unexpected. I didn't have any problem explaining it to my kids because they didn't ask any questions. It was like, oh my God, her butt's there. Like, yep, that's her butt. Boom, done. Right? No shame. It was great. Sorry, Ray. I went on for way too long.
No, so my kids, I wasn't worried about my kids asking questions because, like, my girls do cheerleading. So now it's competitive cheer, so their outfits are different than what people normally think of cheerleading, like sideline cheer where they have the skirt. But even with the skirt, you still see under there, but they usually wear like some sort of shorts or something that's covering them pretty good. Now, what Shakira and J-Lo were wearing was pretty revealing in the crotch area. And what I was like slightly embarrassed because I'm like at a friend's house and we're watching the camera angles. It's like just they're from the ground up looking from, obviously Shakira and J-Lo on the stage. Yeah. The person's on the ground. So to me, the angle was like pornographic because I don't know. It's like you're watching a porn and the lady's still wearing a garter belt, but you still want to get a shot of her vagina. So you know what I mean? Like you're getting the angle or something like that. Yeah, like they're trying to aim for, and that's why I'm like, my eyes were transfixed on the crotch, and that's all I could see. And I'm like, why is this all I can look at? And again, I'm sure your kids, my kids, most people of the younger kids, they're not worried about that. They're just thinking, oh look, it's shiny and they're dancing, and oh cool. They're not thinking about that aspect. But I'm looking at like, wow, that's just. I'm seeing nothing but crotch, and then near the end they turn around
on YouTube
and shake
right
their
now.
butts. Oh, okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah, and she's thrusting. It's Shakira. She's thrusting towards the camera
with the camera which well below her.
But it is totally in line with the dance of the culture.
You know what it's like though. The camera angle is like a POV video, right? Where it's like you're looking through the camera under the girl and she's showing off her assets and like, hey, check this out. It's almost what the feeling that I got, where to me it was I was like slightly nervous about, like embarrassed, like why are the camera angles right here? Because I could have seen it from the side or a little higher where it would have had less attention
who's directing this.
Yeah.
I want to know the decisions that were involved here. Like, who decided we're going to have a camera right there?
And so
next
frequently,
to Shakira,
who was picking that camera all the time? Like, is that guy a huge undercover Shakira fan? That's like, we're going to just stay on that camera. We're staying on that camera. I love Shakira. I'm not to go
because it was filmed a lot differently than other halftime shows.
Yeah.
Because Shakira's wearing, a short dress that comes apart, and they got right up in there. I just was 100% of the time couldn't stop looking at the crotch area because all they're doing, and as they, like you said, the Latin America, that's tradition. They shake their asses, they move their hips. Now she's belly dancing, and she's thrusting and going side to side with the hips.
Yeah. But the wardrobe,
very sexy. The
wardrobe outfit combined with the fact that the camera's well below the stage, to me was a poor choice. It distracted me from actually watching the show. Well, okay. Well, I don't mind seeing it. Let's be clear about that. But it was, if you're trying to watch the halftime show as an adult, I'm not actually enjoying the show. I'm looking at
there's another camera angle that starts at the feet and came back up the legs. Yeah, it's actually when you're watching the camera angles for this, it actually is pretty fascinating.
Oh, I've downloaded
another
one
together
all the crotch shots. I can send that.
She's doing the thrusting in the side to side, and the camera's down below
repeatedly.
Again.
Oh, it was just constant. Yeah.
Oh, that's fascinating. All right, I'm gonna stop here because people aren't tuning in for the Super Bowl halftime show. I'll watch the rest of this later. Yeah, when we're We're done. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, moving on.
Yes,
Ray. Yeah. It's so. Bottom line, are you upset at the halftime show?
I think that okay. While watching it, I didn't like it. On the other hand, I completely agree with what you were saying. Though, it's like, let's have some sexiness, and if you don't like it, change the fucking channel. And not only that, it's nice that they picked something like you were saying, Latin music that isn't necessary. I mean, J-Lo and Shakira, I don't know when the last time they released a song was. I couldn't even tell you. But they've also done stuff like Bruce Springsteen or like Coldplay, Bruno Mars. But they kind of gotten a big spectrum in there where it's nice that they just mix it up. And they're not just coming back with the same routine every year, that kind of thing. So overall, I'm glad that they do that. It's not my favorite. I don't really like it. But at least they're trying to mix it up. So I can respect that.
Yeah. I know I don't like what your opinion is. I don't like that. I don't like what you said. I don't like that you didn't like it at first. Like, I thought it was great. It was artsy. It was awesome. It was very musical. Lots of dancing. It was fantastic. All right. But you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I like the crotch shots. I'm not opposed to that. But as a Super Bowl halftime show,
Ray, you gross.
Wasn't that
gross,
fun?
Ray. All right.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I got into something. You know what? I don't even want to talk about any of that shit anymore. It's not interesting anymore. We had a fun chat with Tanks. We're talking Super Bowl. You had a midlife crisis. I don't really have to add anything more to this, but we can go on because we have, we're doing the voicemail Dick of the Week combo.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably say Dick of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to introduce this week's finalists for Dick of the Week. And here's our first nominee.
Okay, I'm not prepared, but here we go.
Hello, Rim and Ray, and to all the people that help make the Rich Dickman Show my favorite podcast to listen to. This is Vincent here, and I have a nomination for Dick of the Week. This week, Dick of the Week will be Dennis. Dennis is the highest manager or supervisor at the place that I work. Now, this is a very long story. I don't want to get into something very long and boring, so I'm going to try to sum it up as best as possible. I'm a computer tech, and I work in a computer section and computer workstation. Now, I thought he was about to say Best Buy. For the last 3 years, or should I say for the last 3 years, we've been using stools at our workstations. Well, our stools have recently been removed. This has become a problem to me because of a health issue. I have an actual doctor's permission to have a stool with me. Now, getting the explaining of what happened with the stools is there was a girl named Kimberly who works in the shipping department. She doesn't think we should have stools. She thinks that us not having stools will make us work faster, which is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, she went to another lady named Mandy. Mandy is one of the lower bosses, but what Mandy wants, Mandy typically gets. And what she'll do is she'll take and she'll whine, she'll bitch, she'll moan, and then she'll eventually go to either Mark or Dennis, two of the higher bosses. And that's what she did. She went to Mark and Dennis on behalf of Kimberly to take away our chairs. Now, here's where I come in. Recently, I've been having a medical issue, which, elevates my heart rate. Sometimes my heart rate can get up to 120 beats a minute, and I need a chair then and there to sit down, try to relax, try to calm down, get my heartbeat lowered, and then control. Well, these guys, they don't want me to have a chair, even though they told me to go get a doctor's approval for a chair. I went and got the doctor's approval. They still won't give me the chair. So literally, they're forcing me to almost possibly die instead of willing to give me a chair. But anyway, that's the reason that Dennis is going to be nominated Dick of the Week. Rim, Ray, I hope you guys are doing well. Take care.
Wow. Don't fuck with Svensson, you people. Yeah. Svensson, he DM'd me. He said, "Hey, I'll come on the show, but you got to record it." I'm like, "Svensson, you just tell me when. You just tell me when. I got this." Yeah. All right. So we have Dennis for taking away Svensson's. His stool. All right. Next up.
Real quick, Can
Hey,
I?
you guys, it's Mars.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Sorry. Before it gets out of control, passes. I've already brought it up. He sounds just like Stanley from The Office. And there's an episode where Dwight brings in the little ball seat, and Jim ends up being like, "How much does that cost?" And Dwight says something like $12, and so Jim goes, "All right, I can afford that," basically, and stabs with a knife and pops it because he thinks it's annoying. And all I can think that whole time is this is Stanley's recounting of that story. Like I couldn't focus that well on it. I am sorry that they're treating you like that, Svensson, but I couldn't stop laughing in my mind. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
You're an asshole. Right?
I know.
Jesus
I
Christ.
know.
All right.
Dick.
It's Mars, and on Rem's good advice, I'm going to phone in before I hotbox the shit out of my house and or have a bottle of wine, because this week, that sucked.
HDMV texted me. She's like, "I'm gonna hotbox my house this week on Friday."
That's impressive.
Like,
if you can
I'm
do
like,
that.
I'm like, "Oh shit, I should come over there and do the show from your
Yeah.
house."
ONW.
And she never answered. Yeah, she never said yes or no, so I just assumed it was a no.
So she was already it was already hotboxed
Off
by
the
then.
cherry topping it off
Yeah.
is someone stealing my ATM card number and charging a bunch of shit
Oh
to
my
my
God.
credit card.
Oh my God.
Fuck everybody. Fuck Trump. Fuck the Chinese government. Fuck the Senate GOP. Fuck coronavirus. Fuck everybody.
Yeah.
And especially the guy I'm about to tell you guys about. And it's right out of Hamden, Connecticut, where is kind of close to nothing in Connecticut, but Rem knows
Close to
where
New
it is.
Haven. Yep.
So here we go. In Hamden, police in Connecticut are trying to identify a man they say got a job at a gas station and proceeded to steal $17,000 worth of merchandise in cash on his first and only
Holy
solo
shit.
overnight shift before he disappeared.
Wow.
That's a lot of Slurpees, man, but they'll explain how you rack up that much at a gas station. It's not just gum. So the man also stole his employment folder, which contained his personal info, so the store's owner doesn't even know the worker's name, according to Hamden police. The owner told investigators he used an app on his cell phone to view the store's security cameras and noticed that the new employee had left. The owner then went to the store and determined that the worker had stolen, and here's where you get your money's worth: lottery tickets, 89 boxes of cigs, and money worth a total of more than $17,000, as well as the employee file. So anyone who recognizes the suspect in a surveillance image, which I have sent to you all, is asked to contact investigators. So, fuck that guy too. It's just been that kind of week. So enjoy your night. Talk to you soon.
Oh.
Peace out.
Well, HDNB, enjoy your hotbox. Let me know how it went. Here, Ray, I'll put the picture in the notes because she did send the article along. But that is absolutely brilliant. It's going right here, Rezo.
Yep.
If you look around our HDNB, there's the article.
Right.
Where'd it go? There it is.
That's the picture of the guy. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that is brilliant. If you're gonna steal, take your employee file too. That way they don't know who you are.
Yeah, that's pretty good because if whoever's hiring you is not good at names, you will absolutely get away with it for at least a little while. That is pretty funny that he did that. That's next level right there.
Yeah, if you're smart, you can be a really good criminal. It's really that simple. Yeah.
I don't think the criminal I don't think it. Wait, did she nominate the criminal as Dick of the Week? Or was it the other people? Because honestly, I kind of got a little respect for him.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I was thinking the same thing. It's like I don't want to call this guy Dick of the Week because he's kind of a boss.
I know. I know. I'm like, mad props, dude. You got away with one. That's pretty slick.
Yeah,
I'd give him a high five if I saw him. I might give him a high five and let him slide. I wouldn't report him. I might actually do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because oh shit, you got me. You got me, buddy. You got me.
Yeah, and not only that,
I'm going to take the L.
When you hire someone and people you've interviewed, do you not keep another record somewhere else? Like that's just simple security, protocol.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, that's on you. The guy did you over. You can't be mad at that guy. You got to.
No.
So whoever did the interviewing and hiring, that's the person that's at fault. Well, don't steal people, but if you're going to do it, at least be slick about it.
Yeah. All right.
Hey guys, Randy here with another Dick of the Week nomination. Let me first start with the setting. I was in Louisville, Kentucky for 3 days to attend some leadership training. Next up, the cast. I'm using fake names to protect.
Hold on. Randy, listen. I appreciate the production value, okay? But the unnatural breaks and put togethers of the sentences, it's driving me crazy. I need the period, and then I need the next sentence, okay? I don't need the period, then the next sentence, all right? I need the period, then the next sentence.
And Randy, if it makes you feel any better, I'm about to edit this whole episode and get 20,000 times worse of a reaming, so... Yeah, you're good. He'll forget all about you by the time he hears this
episode. I was hanging out that night in my hotel room with Pawnee, Caddy, Tits, Mr. Tits, and Asses. Now the story. We had all allegedly had a hit off a the Tits, Mr. Tits, and Caddy all went into the bathroom randomly and left the light out for about 5 minutes. Pawnee, Asses, and I just looked at each other in bewilderment. And
this is like one of those YouTube videos where like they're editing the shit out of themselves to get to a certain time frame.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've seen these, Ray, but like, hey guys, if you like that video, check out the links on the side and subscribe and all that shit.
Yeah.
But all the edits, like boom, boom, boom. I hate that.
I feel like I'm watching The Big Lebowski when he's acid tripping.
And when they came out of the bathroom, Connie started telling his story about how he got kicked out of Catholic school for smoking weed. And then suddenly, Asses stands up and storms out of the room without saying a word to anybody. Pawnee looks at me and says, "Is it something I said?" I reply, "Oh, you didn't know?" Pawnee answered hesitantly, "You know what?" And I, in full kayfabe, replied, "Asses comes from a very Catholic family. He also attended a Catholic school while in high school where he met the love of his life. Of course, testosterone boys do things with Harlequin girls, and she became pregnant. Neither her family or his would accept this. She had the baby, but she had to stay with nuns away from John. A few months go by, and the nuns find her and the baby dead in her room. They had both taken rat poison. The next time he saw them was at their funeral. And that's why Asses. It's gay now. Everyone's quiet, and then Pawnee finally says, "No, I didn't.
Real?"
I didn't." When suddenly Caddy starts crying, laughing, and Pawnee finds out it's all kayfabe. So I explained to everybody I just told the story of the song by Hurt called Rapture. I think Rim knows it, and I played it for him, but if you have a Rim, I recommend you play it. Anyways, that's why I nominate Caddy as Dick of the Week for ruining my goddamn story. So have a good week, fellas.
See, that's a little loud. Is it? So I hit the link to play the song that Randy sent me, but I don't have it set up to record. So, I don't know what happened. What happened there? Like, who's the dick? Ray, help me out.
The person that ruined his story, Caddy. But
okay.
But it was a little hard to follow because I was so acid mind trip without even taking acid. Like
I don't know what's happening.
Like I've absolutely never done acid, but I'm pretty sure I know what it's like now, which is honestly this is interesting.
Yeah, Randy's in our chat room, and he is high as fuck. Yeah. You can join our chat room anytime you want. It's bit.do/TRDS1. Get in there. We record typically Thursdays, but it's Friday today.
Okay, just imagine what Randy is thinking right now, listening to himself. Imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like what we thought of that. If he's high right now, hearing himself like that, just imagine yourself in his shoes right now. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Yeah. Glitch in the Matrix, he says. Okay. So we have Dennis taking Svensson's chair away. We have the gentleman who got hired only to steal $17,000 worth of shit and disappear, including his personnel file. And we have Caddy for not. You know what? We have Randy for sending us a Dick of the Week submission that I just can't fucking follow.
I like that. Okay. Do you want to vote, or do you want to play the bumper?
What are you thinking?
I think we should play the bumper so I can get paid.
All right.
After much deliberation,
God
the
forbid
incredibly
you don't get
handsome
paid.
expert judges has come to the consensus that this week's Dick of the Week award goes to...
I got too much respect for HDNB's story, right? I have too much respect for that guy because that's smart. The guy's thinking. He's a thinking criminal, and you got to admire a thinking criminal.
Yeah. I like the story though.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Dennis is totally an asshole, and all the people who want to take Svensson's stool away, especially since he has like a medical accommodation for it. I am as a boss myself, I take great pride in taking care of my employees, and I hate stories of bosses not taking care of their employees.
Oh, yes.
And then we have Randy, and I love you, Randy. Appreciate you. You are my advocate. I hired Randy last night as my advocate. Much in the way that Paul Heyman is Brock Lesnar's advocate, but I talk too much. But Randy is my advocate, and I appreciate what you did, man. I appreciate the submission, but I just could not follow that. God, Ray, where are you going with this? I need to think some more.
So I gotta go with. I try and stay consistent by sticking with the dick move as my qualifying qualifier for who I'm deciding on. Therefore, Dennis is doing something that's a dick move. If you bring in a doctor's note and you're trying
illegal.
to and you're taking away a chair for someone that works at a desk, like who the fuck do you think you are? What do you?
Yeah.
Who are you? Get a fucking Veridesk. Get an adjustable standing desk. Then go up and down. Let them use the chair half the time, not half. Like whatever, something. But like who? You are being a complete dick by saying you don't get a chair when you work at a desk. This isn't a standing job. So, and especially because he has a doctor's note. Like this guy's absolutely insane. Now, the submission by Randy was definitely hard. It's not a dick move. That's what I'm saying. If we were just shooting from the hip, I would absolutely go that way. But for consistency's sake,
Randy's tried something. Yeah.
Yes.
I appreciate Randy making the effort to make a little production. Yeah. So thank you, Randy. So you're not the dick. You know what? It is Dennis. Dennis is the dick of the week. HDNB, I appreciate you. I hope you're having fun in your hotbox. I told her that she should hotbox the house and then call in, but she didn't do that. That's fine.
Can I just throw this out there? Okay, so Svensson is just so unique. The voice, I love the voicemails, and Hot Drummer News Babe just has absolutely impeccable taste with what she sends in, and I just appreciate them. And then obviously Randy's, you're doing. It's just delight every time you submit something. So I just big shout out to those guys. If we had a opposite of Dick of the Week, you guys would all share that award. Big group hug. There you go.
It's called high five. It's called not Dick of the Week. All right. Yeah.
Balls of the week.
Ray, I'm gonna go back to me for a second. Things I saw. I saw a lady. I was out with my family. We were driving somewhere, and the wife and the kids in the car, and there was a Meineke. You know what a Meineke is?
Yeah,
the muffler shop. Meineke.
Yep. And they do a little bit of other stuff, right? But yeah.
Yeah. And actually, I think it was a Midas. Both the same, right? It doesn't even matter, right? So there's this one in this town that I used to work in, and they were. It's like a shitty little business, man. There's like 6 people who work there, and you know that all the people who come to them have known them and have gone there for life, right? They're not getting any new clients. They're just working with the old people and the family of the old people, and that's it. And they're not there to make any money other than to provide payroll and to work on cars. Because if they wanted to make some money, they'd clean the place up and make it very presentable. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So we're driving by the spot, and there's this lady standing on the sidewalk in front of the Meineke, and I look at this, and she's holding a sign, and the sign says, "Don't go here." And all I could do, being me and who I am, if I did not have my family in the car with me and producer Ryan was with me, I absolutely would have pulled over and walked over to her with my phone out and said, "Hey, can I ask you a question?"
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. Like, what? And I was like, yeah, why should I not go here? Yeah. What horrible thing happened to you that I should not go here? Please tell me more.
Yes.
All I want to do is just talk to people and ask them why they're doing the stupid things. It was just one lady protesting the Meineke.
One person picket. Like, what are you really gonna do?
Like what happened that was so terrible that's causing you to spend time on your Sunday standing in front of this Meineke by yourself with a sign that you made, trying to prove a point? Like, what point are you trying to prove, and how are you feeling right now?
Yeah.
Are you feeling like you proved that point? Like, what's going through your head? I have a million questions. Why are you doing this? How are you feeling about doing this? What's next? How often will you do this? It's like, oh my God, this is fascinating.
Well, and by the way you describe it, it's not necessarily some pristine business that you're driving by. It's a place that you would otherwise be like, nah, I'm out of here. Like, you never think twice. But
Yeah,
somebody
I'm not
out
going to go there.
yeah, but somebody out front holding a sign, do not come. You're like, wait, now I'm interested. Like, what do I need to know? Like, what is going on? And all of a sudden you're drawn to them, and all of a sudden the opposite of what that person was trying to accomplish has occurred. So joke's on them, right?
Yeah.
Like, what you failed.
It's like I appreciate you thinking that you look like a badass out here and that you're proving a point, but you look like an idiot. And you're an idiot of one, and it's just the optics
idiot.
here. Yeah. And so further, now that I said optics, just reminded me. All right, I am talking to Chris
glasses?
O.C. again. We're back. Oh. No, I don't need. I do wear glasses. I don't need new ones. But we had an impeachment trial recently this week. Okay, in the United States of America, and it was never going to pass. Like, we all knew this because we're a very partisan country right now. And they were never going to impeach this president, right? And Chris O.C. was all about impeaching the president. Cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, if that's what you want to hang your life on and get behind, that's cool, and do what you got, right? And even he knew it was never going to happen. So that's done with. But we had the State of the Union. Okay. Did you watch the State of the Union address?
I didn't watch it, but I heard about the main event.
I typically don't watch these because I just get sick of the nonsense.
Well, everybody
I
just
ended up
tries to
watching this one.
Hoorah. Right.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Right. Yeah. And what's always funny to me is the people who stand when you say certain things versus the people who don't stand. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, in a particular instance that Trump was honoring a young African-American girl who fought for school choice, and she was awarded a scholarship, and all the Republicans stood and applauded, and most of the Democrats did not, which was super interesting to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So optics, we're talking optics here. All right. So you have that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
They're not standing. And then when he says things, whether they're true or not, I don't know. I don't fact check, but that women's unemployment numbers are the lowest they've ever been. And you have half the room standing and half the room not standing. It's just interesting. It's interesting to me how deeply partisan our politics are right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So at the end of the speech, Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, has famously ripped up her copy of the president's State of the Union address. Okay. I hope you feel better now. And so I'm talking to Chris O.C. about this the next day. And Chris O.C. is like, it probably wasn't a great move, but I'm so happy she did that. I wish she would have thrown it in his face and all this other bullshit. I'm like, Chris, man, you're missing the big picture here. It's optics.
Yeah.
She did not win any points outside of anybody on her own side there. She actually made a bigger mockery of the whole thing. And people are going to be more pissed off that she would do such a thing. It's like, there's a way to win this election against this president. There absolutely is a way, but they're not following that path. They want to go through the impeachment and ripping up speeches and all sorts of bullshit. All they have to do is that Chris O.C. should not be the one telling me that there's 400 bills sitting in the graveyard that haven't been passed through the Senate because the Republicans didn't want to, right? That should be front and center on the mind. The Democrats should be running on, well, Trump is impeding government. They should turn that around on him. They should tell me why I should vote for them as opposed to anybody else. Why their ideas are better, not that I'm a bad person for thinking I should vote for somebody. They should not be insulting the intelligence of the people they're trying to court. This is what I'm trying to say. They should not be saying, oh, you must be a racist since you don't want to vote for me. No, that's not the case. Maybe I don't like your ideas. Please convince me. Anyways, I had this discussion with Chris O.C. about this, and I was trying to explain to him, why this is not a great thing for his side. And Ray, believe it or not, he understood what I was saying. He conceded to my point. I won an argument with Chris O.C. It's like, holy shit.
I'm going to need proof of this. This sounds false. Fake news.
Oh my, yeah, no, this is 100% true. It even ended the discussion because he'll keep going until he proves his point. Wow. And he had nothing more to say when I said, no, Chris, it's bad optics. There are other ways to do this than what they're doing. And that was it. It's like, oh, you know what? I agree with you. Boom, done. I was like, oh my God.
Well,
oh my God.
Okay, if you want to break down politics, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't actually spend that much time in politics, but if you want to break down politics into how to win an election,
so be quick.
Is this: you perform actions that will be supported by whatever side you're on, but also cross the line a little bit and bring some of them over. You know what I mean? Like you don't do stuff that's super lightning rod one way or the other. You go, you just straddle the line and win just a little bit more, enough of the other guys. You know what I mean? But not like I'm only doing stuff that's only going to make my one party think I'm the hero, because right now they're behind. You know what I mean? Like if you're behind, you don't just keep supporting the guys you're behind. You want to bring some of the guys from the other side over. So she's doing
American
something that's
people,
not helping. Right, yeah.
The American people are not complicated, okay? Americans do not like being told what to do. Americans do not like being told they're wrong. And Americans do not like being shamed. It's that simple, all right? So if you're going to make your campaign go on based on, oh, you're wrong for thinking this, well, you're not getting that person's vote.
Exactly.
Americans also don't like to be insulted. So if your campaign's going to be about insulting the voters you're trying to court, you're not going to win. Americans want it to be their idea. You have to make it their idea to vote for you. You can't tell them what to do. They don't like being told what to do. Make it their idea. Appeal to them. Show me why. Show me why I should be voting for you, not because. That doesn't make really sense. Well, I'm trying to find the right word there.
I might be the perfect, maybe the perfect audience for this, because I don't actually really pay attention to politics. All I'm saying is, okay, I see it like this. State of the Union is literally the president every one of these, right? They get up there and they say, here's all the great stuff we've done since I've been president, right? So reelect me type of a deal, essentially. So when someone says this speech sucked, I'm going to rip it up, you go, wait, you don't like hearing about great things? You know, if you want to break it down, very simple. So how is that a good thing for that? Like, why the fuck would you do that? You look like an idiot.
They have a message, right? They have a message. They have an argument, which is fine. And and a lot of things, I agree with things from both sides, right? So tell me why their side is better. Not, you're a bunch of bullshit.
You're wrong.
Rip it up right in front of you. Yeah. Like that's just because there's a lot of people. If you forget about the coast for a second, there's a lot of people in the middle of this country, right? I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, there is.
But there's a lot of people in the middle of the country. And a lot of people who respect and love the traditions of this country. And some of our oldest traditions happen with the highest forms of government, the State of the Union address. It's a very traditional, you do the same, always say the state of our union is strong and all that other bullshit, right? And if you start going away from the tradition, everybody feels you're weird. Like why? You're pushing more people away from you. You keep pushing them and you're going to get trounced. And the bellwether for anything in the world is my wife. If my wife is feeling something about something, I know that it's a good indicator of where it's going.
Yeah. Yep.
So if my wife is saying, hey, things are pretty good right now, I know, there's a lot of American people who are thinking things are pretty good right now. Ripping up that speech was not a great idea.
Read the room.
Yeah. It's kind of I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that. I'm not endorsing anybody. I'm just giving my opinion on it. If you have a message, give us the message. Don't look like an asshole doing it.
Yeah, that's like I was saying. Basically, you're saying here's all these positive Pelosi. And I'm glad you said her name, because otherwise I think just ancient fossil lady. But basically, she, by ripping up the speech, is, like I said, it's all positive stuff essentially, right? And you rip it up and it's like, well, you don't like positive stuff? I mean, if you break it down in its simplest form. So why do that? It's just dumb. It's just dumb. Doesn't matter what side you're on. It's just not good politics. Not if you're trying to...
Back to my original point, though, is that I won an argument with Chris O.C.
Yeah, which is... I still need proof.
It's been a good week. It's been a good week. All right. Let's... we don't have any Mr. Porno Man. You're still doing prop bets. So we'll have the results for prop bets that we made last week next week, while Ray gets his act together.
We might have a jam-packed show next week. Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I was thinking of bringing Elisa back to talk about AVN, so let me know if we have too much to do, and I won't.
Well, some of the stuff we can always just, keep pushing it. We have so much content. It's unbelievable.
Well, I don't know about that. I'll just kind of make it up as we go. But
we're running low on content, like we're running low on Eat the Rich t-shirts. Get them on Amazon. There's only about 8 left, and they sell like
richdickman.com.
Yep.
Click the merch tab. That's right. Hopefully, Mr. Porno Man will write to us next week too. I miss him as much as I hate him. I miss him.
All right, Ray, hating him.
Plug your shit, Ray. How do we get a hold of you?
On Twitter at Jules Winfeld. I still get on Twitch every once in a while. That's been a long time, but twitch.tv/Jules Winfeld. There's some videos. If you just go on there, there's a couple of videos on there that are kind of funny. They're old clips.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Not too much.
Hey.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Rich Dickman audience, if you like what we do, you want to support the show, the best way to do that is hopping on patreon.com/Rich Dickman. We've got some really awesome stuff up there. We just published our part 2 of Liquor Fueled Moonshine pop-up audio. That's the better part, okay? Because that's when the drunkening happens. We had a lot of fun, Ray and I, recording that one. And in this time, when we recorded it, we actually watched the video that was available.
It was amazing.
And that made things a lot more interesting. But we're going to do the Patreon bumper.
And now it's time to thank our fucking Patreons. Thanks, Svensson, producer Ryan, Freddie, Maddie, and fuck. What the fuck's his name? Randy. Enjoy your bonus content at patreon.com/Rich Dickman Show.
At our first tier, you get into the Discord. No, the first tier you get the what the hell am I talking about? Right, clean this one up. At our first tier, you will get our bonus clips. Okay. At our second tier, you get the bonus clips and the bonus episodes, full bonus episodes. And at our highest tier, not only do you get the bonus clips and the bonus episodes, okay, but you will also get yourself a custom Rich Dickman t-shirt. You tell Ray what you want on it, and he will send it to you. He's going to get Randy's together very soon, but that's what you get. And we're going to put that awesome bonus content out there for you. Our patrons also get to decide what our bonus content will be. So if they give us a topic, we will do a show on it. So thank you for supporting, you guys. We really do appreciate it. It keeps the lights on.
Let me just say this: the only reason I haven't gotten Randy his shirt yet is because he said, "Wait, He's not sure if he wants to enter the world's strongest man competition or become a marathoner, so he's not sure if we should size up or down. So, but that's the flexibility that we have. So join the Patreon either way, and we'll make it work. It's custom for a reason. So there you go.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ray. So richdickman.com for all your Rich Dickman needs. Click the merch tab, get yourself a t-shirt. Like I said, that Eat the Rich t-shirt is flying off the shelves. Thank you so much. You can find us on Twitter at Rich Dickman Show. Email the show, richdickmanshow@gmail.com. You can check us out on YouTube too. We upload all these episodes to YouTube, and it's fun to see how many views we get depending on the titles and the keywords. Follow me on Twitter. I am at Rem Dickman. You can follow producer Ryan on Twitter at RyanTRDS. You have my mother at Rem_Mama. Had Thai food with her. That was nice. And we always give a plug to our buddy Randy. You can follow Randy on Twitter at Sir0 with an E. Appreciate you guys listening this week. Appreciate you guys listening every week. All 7 3/4 of you. We love you all. You keep us going. And it's a lot of fun. That was episode 93. We're getting close to that 100, man. We're getting close to 100. NFHC just did 114. I wonder if they'll be around for 115. We'll find out. If you know the lore, 114 is a big number. And we are 20 episodes away from that, Ray.
Whoa.
So we'll see. Just a quick
Holy
update.
balls.
If you were wondering, contract negotiations have begun. I know the attorneys have reached out to Ray. I don't know how far you've gotten, buddy, but I know where I am. And the offer isn't where I want it to be yet. So, you know what? I have to value my worth. I know how much I'm
Same
worth,
here.
and I know what I'm willing to take. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
If we united front, right? If we combine forces, we might be able to get a little bit more out of the negotiations, collective bargaining agreements, CBAs. They're serious business. Yeah.
Or, you know what? I'm a businessman, Ray. If I have to push you out the flying plane, I certainly will. I love you, buddy, but we'll see you when we see you. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll see you again next week. What is it, Ray?
Nothing. No, go ahead. Sorry.
You sure?
Yeah, I was going to save it for the outro. Sorry. We're doing
okay. Good night.
See ya. Just that when you said we are approaching 100, I was going to say, you mean you're approaching 100. After I edit this one, it's no longer we. That's it.
Yeah. this is going to be it. Like, we're not going to be friends anymore come Sunday.
Yeah. See, we can't even get the outro right. I mean, we're already fucking that up. So I mean, obviously, what's gonna happen when I start editing this? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Randy, we're still friends because you're not editing any of my shit. So.
Yeah, because you already picked apart his submission. So I mean, just imagine if you give him the keys to the castle. That would.
He's my advocate, though. He's fighting on my behalf for a big contract. To at least take me to the next, episode 150. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Interesting. Yeah. 150. That's a lot of episodes. 150 really or 115 because you might have mispronounced that because intentionally because you're just really trying to get to 115
we do have a couple goals to get to, Ray, and not to prolong this point, but 100 is the first goal. 108 is the second goal because at 108 we should have Dick Masterson on with us, which I'm looking forward to. Okay. And then 115, if we get past 114, I've never done a show for more than 114 consecutive episodes. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's so difficult to get there that you've had to have multiple co-hosts.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can't just do it. I mean, it literally takes multiple co-hosts. In fact, your old show, same thing. Like they couldn't even get to 115 with one co-host.
Nope.
Or two people. They had to go to a third person. That's a feat.
Fit and I did a Torn Think Tank episode just ourselves.
Oh, so, that's right, huh? Yeah.
I mean, I did a solo episode too. All right.
We can get into minutia later.